And I'm Joe.
And
we're Book Buds!
Today we're going to be talking about Goodreads. Joe, how long have you been on Goodreads?
Since 2013,
Wow.
but I wasn't really active all that time.
Okay.
I was active, then I was inactive, and now I've really started again with the pandemic this past year.
Yes, me too. So I was on Goodreads maybe a couple years ago, I'm not really sure, and I probably entered a couple books and then deleted it from my phone because I was like, why am I doing this? And then with the pandemic and all my reading, I was like, I really need to remember what books I'm reading. So I put it back on, and I've been entering all my books in, and I even want to go back and, like, from years ago when I went through a real reading kick, I want to enter in all my books so that they're all logged in like one place together.
That's what I love about it, because I have like a journal, it's like a book journal where like you log and you rate and you answer all these questions about the books that you've read. But I'm not really good at keeping up with that because, you know, sitting down and writing it out. The Goodreads, you know, it's digital. You could scan your books and then you rate it and write your review and share it. Like, I just love it. So I'm so happy that I can have my lifetime of books right before my eyes.
Yeah, and it's easier to search. I imagine a handwritten list, like, did I read this book? Trying to find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be nice if you could keep a list of books in Goodreads that you've already purchased so you don't end up buying two of the same book.
You probably can, Mary.
Do you think you can?
Yeah, because you could add like a shelf.
Oh.
Good suggestion.
Okay, so you got to add that shelf.
Books that Joe has You've saved my life. Now I'm going to be even more obsessed with Goodreads.
You've totally got to do that.
It's going to take a long time.
It will. You're going to be going around your house scanning hundreds of books.
Well, that'll be good, though.
That would be really good. So do you guys use Goodreads? How do you use it? Personally, I found that since the pandemic, I really like that there's recommendations that come up because I've been reading a totally different genre these past couple years, and I don't always know what book to go to next. And so when I put in the book that I've read, it'll pop up with, do you want to read this book? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And they've been great recommendations from this little app in my phone, which has been really nice.
Yes, it is fun. I've been trying to pressure people to join Goodreads.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fun, and I love seeing what my friends are reading. Like, you go on and you see all your friends' shelves. I'll check out what Mary's reading, and like I just get like excited. I'm like, oh, you know, do I want to read that? I'm gonna add it to my shelf, or I have to ask Mary about this book because I was thinking of reading it. And it's just endless hours of fun.
Joe leaves me comments too if he sees a book that I've added that I want to read. He's like, oh yeah, I have that on my shelf at home.
What
It's
book
cute.
don't I have?
Seriously.
So this is gonna reveal something about my personality. So I'm so obsessive because I constantly check the progress on my book. Like, you put in your page number and it tells you percent. And I love it. It's like with the GPS, you try to like beat the clock and like get there faster. I love checking the percentage, and it's like a game. I'm like, ooh, even if I read like 10 pages, I'm like, let's do it. It doesn't change.
Okay, I don't do that at all.
No, you don't like that
No.
feature?
No, I like when I start reading a book, I'll enter it that I've started a book because then it logs the date that I started.
Yes.
And if I'm doing a reading challenge for myself for the year, then it automatically logs the date. And then when I finish, I tell it I've finished. One time I told it I was like halfway through, and it just annoyed me. I don't know. I'm like, why do I have to tell you that I'm halfway through?
So you don't use that at all?
No.
Now, doesn't it come up on the Kindle, and you like the Kindle?
So I do use it from the Kindle, but I don't think the Kindle tells it. The Kindle tells it that I've started reading, and it tells it when I'm done, and I can rate from my Kindle. I can right away give it the stars from my Kindle.
It's connected to your Goodreads?
Yes. So like when I finish my book on my Kindle, it's like, okay, how do you want to rate this right now in Goodreads? And I'm like, yep, here's my stars, and it's done. Which is why I rate so many with the stars. I just do it right away so I can remember, did I like this book, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't think that my Kindle tells it how much I've read.
Oh, okay.
I haven't noticed that.
So before we started Book Buds, I used to do on my Facebook book binge. Like, specifically during the summer when I had time, I would do summer book binge #1, and I would put the cover, and then I would put my review, and that was like my thing. I haven't done that since I've started this channel, so I love doing the reviews on Goodreads. And I definitely enjoy that because if someone asks me what I think about the book, sometimes I just like refer them to that or screenshot it and send it.
Oh, nice.
Or
I
like
did a review. Here you go.
I did a review, and and it keeps me in it because I can't remember from one book to the next.
And I only ever put stars. I never did like written reviews of books until you started doing written reviews of books, and then we opened up a BookBuds Goodreads. So if you want to follow us on Goodreads, we have a specific Goodreads just for BookBuds. You can check it out. And so there we do reviews as well. But on my personal account, I really used to just do stars so that it would be like a quick thing, and it was just for me to be like, oh, I don't want to read that author again, or I really liked this and I should read more of this one. So that's the way that I used it. So everybody uses it differently. So we mentioned before, Goodreads also has a reading challenge, and just this past year was the first year that we both started entering our books in for a reading challenge, just to challenge ourselves to say, can I read 50 books this year? And now for next year, my New Year's resolution, like usually a New Year's resolution is about like losing weight, exercising, things like that. I was like, no, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to always put the date of my book in Goodreads when I start it. Sometimes I would pick up a book and start reading, and then when it was done, I would just go into Goodreads and I'd hit the button that says read. But if you do that, it doesn't log the date that you started, the date that you ended, and you could have read that 5 years ago. So then it's not going to be in my challenge for the year. So that's just terrible. So I have been very good with my New Year's resolution, and every single one of them I enter right away in Goodreads as soon as I start reading.
What is your goal for the year?
My goal is 50. I wanted to set a realistic goal. So my goal is 50, but I would honestly like to get closer to 75 or 100 if I could. 1 year before kids, I read 120 books.
That's amazing.
And I've been on a real kick. I've been on a real kick lately, so I think it would be possible to get close to 100. I don't know if I really could make it this year, though. I'm not sure. So we'll see.
You could pick some short books.
That's cheating.
I know. Well, if you're going to read them anyway.
It's like, I read a bedtime story. Dr. Seuss, no.
So the previous year, 2019, I hardly read any books, and I was like depressed and sad about it. So last year, I had a goal of reading 12 books. I set it in January, and then the pandemic happened, and I blew that out of the water, and I wound up reading about 49 books.
Nice.
Which, I mean, that's amazing to me. So I'm going to try to keep that for this year. But I'm not sure how that will go, but I'm excited to see.
Yeah. Have you guys set a goal? Are you a part of this reading challenge? Do you do Goodreads? Let us know.
Now, Mary mentioned this before, but I want to make sure you all know about the scanning feature. Now, you can put in your search, type in your search, type in the book in the search bar, but you could scan the cover of the book.
There's a little camera. He just showed me last week. There's a little camera in the little search bar at the top. Touch the camera and just hold it and look at your book, and it's like, oh, I know that book. Pulls it right up.
And it pulls it right up. Now, just make sure, if you're crazy like me and you check the progress, make sure you have the right edition. You can find the right edition, because sometimes it'll choose the wrong edition, and then the pages will be all messed up, and I'm like, I am much more than 50% done with this. What are you talking about, Goodreads? So then I realized it was like the wrong edition, paperback versus hardcover versus special editions. So you could check all the editions and choose the right one.
So there's your pro tip.
I'm a pro. So another fun thing about Goodreads is a lot of the authors are now using it have pages, and you can follow the author. There's giveaways. I've entered in for giveaways. Haven't won anything yet. But, it's just fun to see the authors' updates as well.
And I wasn't aware of this, and I wasn't following authors. And Joe would send me, he's like, hey, Mary, this book that you love, there's another book coming out. Did you know? And I'm like, how do you know these things? It's because Goodreads told him, and he informed his bud. So thanks for keeping me in the loop.
You're welcome. So check out BookBuds on Goodreads. Check us out, follow our reviews, see what we're up to.
Welcome to send us a friend request.
So if you're enjoying BookBuds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel.
And our Goodreads.
BookBuds!
Share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel.
And
BookBuds.
I was going to say.
What the fuck is she doing? You crazy?
And I was going to say, and our Goodreads app. Right? Subscribe to our channel and our Goodreads.
I like it.
Right? Okay.
Wish I knew it was coming.
I'm like, I thought you knew. I thought you could see it in my brain.
Yeah. We're not that connected yet. We're close, but not that close.
Wait, my face is all red now.